straight into the video to see what we have. My name is Habiba, and I'm coming to talk about what multilingualism is. So what is multilingualism, one may ask? It is the act of using or promoting the use of multiple languages, either by an individual speaker or by a community of speakers. Multilingual speakers outnumber monolingual speakers in the world's population. Multilingualism is becoming a social phenomenon governed by the need of globalization and a cultural openness. But I'm talking about the advantages of being multilingual in West Africa. There are a lot of advantages of being multilingual in West Africa, and I'm going to elaborate on it in this video. So, what are the advantages of being multilingual in Accra? These include 1. Ability to fit in wherever you go. Number 2, decreases your chance of being cheated wherever you find yourself. Number 3, helps you create better relationships with people that you tend to interact with day in, day out. According to Ludwig Wittgenstein, the limits of language are the limits of my world. This is one of the famous quotes about being multilingual, and I think that we should really take heed to it. The picture above also depicts people speaking in several tongues. Moving on, we are going to talk about what linguistics is. Now, according to the UCLA Department of Linguistics, linguistics is a scientific study of knowledge. Linguists who are experts in linguistics work on specific languages, but their primary goal is to understand the nature of language in general by asking questions such as what distinguishes human language from other animal communication systems, what features are common to all human languages, among others. Now, in Ghana, some favorite linguists are Prophet Abner Dolphine, who made remarkable developments in Ghana's field of linguistics. Now we are going to talk about how many languages there are in Africa. Since Africa is such a huge continent, we're going to talk about the number of languages you have in Africa. In Africa, linguists estimate that there are about 2,000 languages which are spoken in Africa. Some linguists also estimate that there are about 1,250 and 2,100 languages spoken in Africa. So we are going to go with 2,000 languages spoken in Africa. Now, some of the examples of languages spoken in Africa are Yoruba, Igbo, Akan, Somali, Amharic, Chonga, Swazi, Pedi, Venda, Soto, Hosa, Afrikaans, English, French, and these are just a few of the languages which are spoken all over Africa. But since we are talking about the advantages of being multilingual in Ghana, we are going to talk about the languages spoken in Ghana. Now, the following are some of the languages which are spoken in Ghana. So, 1, the Akan language is spoken in Ghana. Ebeka, Adangbe, Pusa, Dakari, Dagban, Nikonja, Kasem, Kusao, Mampuli, Mchi. The Ono culture is a way of life of a group of people, and we can see how dynamic language is in our culture. For my next scene, I'm going to talk about a girl who stays in Accra and can speak Oluwa language. Now, this is something that can go sideways. Let's see how it goes. This is Afi. Afi was born in the UK and she lived there for 13 years of her life before coming down to Ghana. Her dad is Ghanaian and her mom is British. Afi does not know how to speak any local language in Ghana. When she came to Accra first, she was staying in the suburbs of Botiano, but later moved on to stay at East Legon. Now, when Afi was younger, Afi used to play around in the neighborhood, and from time to time she would be sent by her parents to buy something for them from the local store in the neighborhood. Afi was not able to communicate well with the local vendors because of her inability to speak Chi or Ga or any other language. So anytime she'd go there, they'll be calling her Obroni, Halfco, all those names that are given to foreigners in Ghana. So because she spoke with a bit of an accent as well, the local women found it as a way to extort money from her so that they will make a lot of money from when she's buying stuff. Now, do you see why it is important to be multilingual? If she knew how to speak a local language, this wouldn't be a problem at all. In fact, they will respect her. Scene is going to be an interview between me and a guy who speaks several languages in Ghana. What's your name? Okay, so I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay. So, how many languages can you speak?
I speak
And they are?
English,
Okay. And are you street smart?
yeah,
How are you street smart?
I'm ready to face challenges in life.
What type of challenges?
Life challenges like struggling for my own things. Basically struggling.
Okay. Then do you think that being multilingual is necessary in our part of the world? Have you ever been cheated because you couldn't speak a certain language in Ghana? Thank you. According to vocabulary.com, street smarts, otherwise known as streetwise, is good for describing a person who is resourceful, smart, and a little bit sly. Sly in the sense that they can maneuver their way through town and get their way with everything. I feel like being street smart is very vital to being a citizen of Ghana, because most people find it very difficult to relate with people in their neighborhood because of their inability to speak multiple languages. Very important to be street smart in Ghana, as it saves you from a lot of stress and trouble in Ghana. Now, from multilingualism once again, as it helps break the social barrier and helps people appreciate people's culture, which makes people feel like people are interested in their culture. That's why they took time out of their busy schedule. They learned the language naturally, or it came to them, and this makes other people feel appreciated, as people want to know more about their culture and learn their languages as well.